Welcome to Someone Awesome Games, good looking people. I'm Ron. We're playing Disney Infinity 3.0 as Baloo the Bear from the Jungle Book because we're going to do a little review of the new Jungle Book movie directed by Jon Favreau. Based not only on the book by Rudyard Kipling, but more so the animated movie from 1967 that Disney made and tweaked a few things of the story, added some characters. This movie follows along that a little bit more. So, directed by Jon Favreau. If you don't know who he is, he did Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Cowboys and Aliens. Give him a good old Google. He's down here in Australia showing off this film, which I got to get a sneaky peek and see it. Very private screenings, like 6 people got to watch it with me. It's pretty sweet. But this movie, if you have no idea what the Jungle Book is, it follows the tale of Mowgli, a child found alone in the jungle by a panther called Bagheera. And then he's raised by wolves. Bagheera gives him to some wolves so he can be part of a little pack and learn the ways of the jungle. He's referred to as a man cub. And he's just living the good life in the jungle, having a good time. Until, yes, there's always an until, a drought occurs and all the animals call a truce because they need to share the same water source. Water is more important than food. So predator and prey, they drink together without fear of violence. And it's in these peace times that we meet Shere Khan, a very intimidating Idris Elba. He's a disfigured tiger, and this is where he finds out about Mowgli and promises that when the truce is over and the water returns and everyone can drink freely, he will kill him. By jungle law, man is forbidden, so he will kill him, and it will satisfy his revenge because he's a disfigured tiger. He's been burned by man before, so taking care of Mowgli will give him that bit of a revenge fulfillment for him. So it's from this threat that we go on our little adventure, and Bagheera must return Mowgli to a man village to save his life, because Shere Khan's not going to stop. He's going to come for Mowgli no matter what. So it's along this little stretch of story that we hit the same beats as the original cartoon, with some variations, but we get to meet characters like Kaa the snake, voiced by Scarlett Johansson, Baloo the bear, who we're playing as right now in Disney Infinity 3.0, voiced by Bill Murray, and King Louie, Christopher Walken, one of my favorite actors. Just love the way he talks. And he plays King Louie, who's not an orangutan. Orangutans don't live in India. And they drive this point home that he's not an orangutan through his song about wanting man's red flower, which is fire. He refers to himself multiple times as a Gigantopithecus, which was a real ancient, giant, orangutan-looking thing. So that's what he is. He's not an orangutan. So stressless zoologist, it's not incorrect. It's just a bit of a tweak on the tail. Now, I'm pretty sure King Louie wasn't in the book. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain Disney slit that guy in there. But while the original cartoon has musical numbers, like I said, King Louie sings in this. It's not a musical. It's not like the animated movie in the musical sense, like everyone starts singing a song and you get all these fantastic numbers done. Baloo does sing the bare necessities, but it's performed in a way that's more organic, more like they're just having fun and he's cruising down the river, just singing it to himself, and Mowgli joins in because clearly he sings it a lot. And there's no flashy dancing or any backup singers or anything. So when Christopher Walken starts singing, or King Louie starts singing about obtaining fire, just like the original animated movie, it can feel a bit out of place because up until that point, no one sung in a musical number besides Baloo singing to himself and singing to Mowgli. So you're kind of like, oh, this is a bit weird. He's suddenly going to burst out into song and there's all these monkeys around. But it plays out organically. It's not like you'd expect most musical numbers in movies to involve crazy things, fireworks, backup dancers, nothing like that. It feels very grounded, as it's only just him singing in place. He doesn't suddenly appear somewhere else and jump around corners and stuff. He's sitting down, and he's just singing at Mowgli with excitement about having Mowgli get him the red flower, fire. So, it's not a musical. Stress less. Don't freak out. But there are musical themes from the original movies, like Bare Necessity stuff, which props up a lot of times through the score. It's got nostalgia factor for you if you ever watch the original one, if you're of that age. But these characters in this movie, just look incredible themselves. The CGI in this film is outstanding. This was the make it or break it, but this is Avatar times 10, times 20, with its photorealistic environments and the animals. You can really feel the emotion behind each look in their eyes. They feel alive. Rather than sticking out as a CGI character, they feel alive. So, for example, Alice in Wonderland's coming out, and if you remember the first Alice in Wonderland, you got like the Mad Hatter and the March Hare. The March Hare, he looks CGI. He looks incredibly out of place, and very CGI character. But these guys, these are so grounded in this world, this photorealistic world, that when you see a wolf cub on screen, you wish you could pat it. And when Bagheera comes on screen as the giant black panther, you kind of want to hug him the way Mowgli does. You're kind of like, man, it looks touchable, especially in 3D, which is what I saw it in. You kind of want to hug the cat, and you're just like, man, they look so good. I really want to see the behind-the-scenes breakdown of this movie, because a lot of the set looked CGI. I'm not sure if they had real plants for the young Mowgli actor to kind of reference or what they had on set. But I'd be very curious, because it looked like there was a tiger trying to eat this kid. It was that good. I mean, I had a smile on my face the entire way through this movie. I mean, through the intense early Shere Khan scenes to the spooky car in the jungle, then there's a giant snake slithering around. It's spooky. And then fun-loving Baloo's colorful and fun. It's hard not to smile through this movie. It was an absolute blast. Even when it didn't always stick the landing, some of the things are better in the animated version. Some more emotional moments in that movie with Baloo and Mowgli. But the rest of this movie is so good, it makes up for any shortcomings. Especially the kind of fizzled out ending. It doesn't end the same way as the animated movie, not to spoil anything. So you kind of don't get this real sense of closure. It's kind of just like, oh, okay, we'll just wrap it up, why not? But I recommend this movie. I loved it so much. As soon as it is out, I am going to go see it again, because I had a fantastic time watching The Jungle Book. I can deflect. Who wants to punch me? Who wants to punch the rabbit? We do our dash attack. So this is what I'm talking about. So we do a dash. I like just mashing it. So I'll mash it against one. We'll do RT. So this is RT, followed by the